What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing today? Just out here on the road, getting to it right now. Um, I got a question on one of my posts on what exactly a mortgage inspector is. So here I am to explain. Um, Pretty much what I'm doing is pretty basic
Turn
stuff.
right, then take the first right.
I'm not I'm not doing any appraisals or anything. So what I do is say somebody is late on a mortgage payment. My job is to get these door hangers or whatever process the bank wants, and I notify the occupant of the house to pay their mortgage. That's one thing that I do. And then another thing that I do is I do insurance claims inspection. So today I did an inspection on hail damage. Somebody had to replace their roof and replace a bunch of screens and the fence. So I go out there and I survey. I take pictures of which today it was the completed work. So I took pictures all around the house, all the screen windows that got replaced, all the windows that got replaced, the roof that got replaced, and that's pretty much it. Another type of inspection that I do is just like fire damage, water damage. Pretty much, I'm getting sent to a home for the insurance company to make sure that the claim has either started, has not started, or is finished and it is 100% complete. And I go through this questionnaire on my phone where I answer like, what's the percentage of work completed? What damage was done? What repairs have been done? Um, Estimated completion date. Um, just stuff like that. Another thing that I do, which I don't know why I do it, um, the bank just sends me out there to take pictures of the house. Um, like they don't want me to knock on the door. They don't want me to interact with anybody. I just go take a few pictures of the house and I'm gone. And I don't exactly know what that's for. Maybe they just want to see if the house is being taken care of. So yeah. Um, Another thing I get sent out there to homes for is just to verify someone still lives there. So they'll want me to knock on the door, see if someone answers, and if they do, I'm supposed to take a picture of the person I'm talking to. But I don't like that because I would feel a certain type of way asking somebody, hey, can I take a picture of you to prove that I'm talking to you, which sometimes I do, but I tell them I'm only going to take the picture of the bottom half of your body, not your face, so people don't get too weirded out. Um, so yeah, I verify occupancy. I tell people to call the mortgage company, and I do insurance claims, like uh, insurance claims. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm looking for. I just get sent out for the insurance claims and make sure it's done or it's not done. So it's a pretty simple job. It can be a lot of driving. Right now I'm like west of my house, and the little coverage area that I'm in right now, there's a lake right in the middle. So I had some homes on like the north of the lake, and I had some homes south of the lake. So I had to go all the way around this big long lake, and it's not just a small body of water. It's a long, like stretched out lake. So I had to go all the way around, you know, over here traveling 60 miles when I could have traveled like what 10 or 20. So that's the only like downfall to this is a lot of driving, but I mean, I don't mind it because I came from the crane, so I'm used to sitting down. So, but the thing that I like is I'm able to get out, walk around. I can stop driving whenever I want to. I get to talk to people, and yeah, um, sometimes you also have little interactions with people that aren't too fun. It's a little awkward, so I haven't had too many of those. And apparently, I'm trying hard to, push race into this, which I'm not. But anyway, um, yeah, sometimes you have some awkward interactions with people, but like I said, I haven't had any of those yet, thankfully. So hopefully it stays that way, which I'm sure I'll run into, some more people that are pissed off, which I get it. But I one thing that I have done that was kind of weird for me was I had to go verify occupancy of a house, and there were already notices on there from my company that the place was vacant. And so when I pulled up to this property, some of the neighbors were driving out of their driveway, and they stopped to talk to me for a second, and they told me about the property that I'm going into, and they told me that the person in there had um, unalived himself. So that was a little rough, and I was hoping I didn't have to go inside because these people were giving me all the details, like what happened, why it happened, where it happened, telling me to stay clear of it and all this stuff. And man, that inspection that I had to do, they wanted me to go inside, and they gave me a lockbox code, and I was hoping the lockbox wasn't gonna work, but it did, and the key that came out the lockbox worked. So I had to go in there, and it was just a real uneasy feeling that I had. I didn't feel like there were spirits or anything in there, but I just it was just awkward, just being in there, just knowing what happened. And then I had to take pictures of, like, it didn't say, like, I don't think the bank knew what happened, or I'm sure they did, but I put in my notes that the occupant is no longer here, and hopefully I don't have to go back over there. But man, it was super weird. Like, there was I saw a kid's room with stuff in it. I saw toys in there. Saw clothes. I didn't see any gory stuff, because the place that it happened, they came in there and replaced the drywall and stuff. So that was good. Yeah, man, that was a rough inspection for me. I've never done anything like that, and it's kind of, I don't play with, like, I used to watch ghost shows and stuff like that, but I don't play around with all that stuff. Uh, so I was ready to get out of there, and it took me a minute to finish that, and there was no AC in there, and I was like, it was just real nerve-wracking, man. Yeah, it was weird. It was very awkward, and seeing and just thinking of, like, the kids and stuff, and whoever got affected, and just everything you can think of. It was just crazy, man. So yeah, apparently you come up on some stuff like that sometimes, where people are going through rough times and they don't know how to handle it, and they do something to themselves, or they do something to the house, or they don't take care of the house. So yeah, I'm sure the longer I do this, the more stuff I'll see. And I didn't record anything in there because I'm not, yeah. But yeah, anyway, the job is cool. Like I said, it's just a lot of driving. That's pretty much it. Other than that, there's really not, you know, too much to it. You gotta pay attention. So there's this app that I use to take all the pictures and the questionnaire. You just gotta pay attention to what they're asking, because so if there's a vacant house, there's certain stickers you have to put on, and you got to pay attention to the bank, because there's generic stickers, and then there's specific bank vacant stickers. And I made a mistake and I put up the generic one because I didn't know, and they don't really explain it well, of like which bank uses which vacant sticker, because it doesn't say the bank on there. So I had to go back, and that's the thing too. If you mess up, they'll send you back, and you only get paid for going once to that property. And unless you talk about it with your manager, your vendor manager, whoever sends you to work, you won't get paid for gas either. And I've talked to my manager, and he told me that we could work on something for when it's a little bit further out for me. So I mean, they're not gonna pay for a full tank of gas, but they'll give me a few extra dollars for the inspection. So another thing I wanted to add is, the basic, just go take a picture of a property. Those are like the cheaper ones that I get paid for. So like $9 to $10 to $12. But when I go do the insurance inspections, those are like, or insurance surveys, those are like $25, $26. Yeah, those are the ones that I want, because that's where the money is at. And I mean, if you're paying any attention to economics, the economy, people are losing their homes, and I see it firsthand of how many people
Three-quarters of a mile. Turn left on West Polk Street.
how many people are moving out of their home. I mean, I did one guy's house last week on like Thursday, just doing an insurance claim, and he was pouring his heart out to me about, stuff that might happen to his home, how he might lose his home and stuff. And I drove by there uh, 2 days ago, and I saw a for sale sign up, and he's pretty much telling me if he might lose his home because of everything that's going on. And it's just sad to see. He said he raised all his kids there, grandkids, and he just, stuff happened, and he's gonna lose his home. So, I try to be considerate. I don't go into the situation with an attitude. Um, I'm just doing my job, and when people have the little negative reaction towards me, I keep it cool. I'm not an angry guy. I'm already, big enough. I don't need to be big and angry.
Turn left at the traffic light.
So yeah, man. That's pretty much like the gist of the job. A lot of driving, a lot of pictures, a lot of inspections, a lot of interactions.
1.5 miles. Turn
But
left on Southland Drive.
if you're a truck driver or a heavy machinery operator or whatever, and you want to switch into something, you should look into mortgage inspections or whatever inspections that you can do. Now, the pay, it doesn't start because so the what you want to get paid is quantity. You want a higher quantity of inspections and surveys. The more you do, the more you get paid. Starting out, I was getting like 20 a week, so I wasn't really getting anything. But Last week I did 67 inspections, and that's really nothing either. Come on, man. That's really nothing either. This thing is just gonna keep going. 67 isn't really nothing either. I need to get into the 150s a week to really start seeing some decent money. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep plugging at it, keep doing this because I actually like it. So,
Then turn right.
it's been a nice little shift for me. And my mental is just so much better. I don't come home pissed off or, not wanting to be bothered. So it's been nice. So that little notification was my wife calling. So let me call her back before she,
Turn left on Southland Drive. Then
body
turn right.
slams me when I get home. I hope that answered anybody's questions about this job. So, yeah, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification button so you can see when I upload, because I'll be posting some stuff on here. And it's not just going to be mortgage inspection.
Turn
So,
right on Sunset Drive.
with that being said, I appreciate y'all watching, and be on the lookout for some more content.